Hi guys, welcome back. Today I would like to talk a little bit about safety on the trail and to be specific about a first aid kit. I made this video as one of my first videos that I ever put on YouTube, and that's about 1.5 years ago, and in that 1.5 years quite some things has changed in regards to my first aid kit. Hi buddy! So I would like to make a sort of a retake of this video so I can show you what has changed in the meantime. A little disclaimer first, I am not a medical expert or whatsoever. This is just what I'm taking in our first aid kit and that I find useful on the trail. And you heard me right, I said our first aid kit, because this is a first aid kit that serves both myself and the little guy over here so that we both stay safe on the trail. So this is the first aid kit that we are currently using. Choop, choop. And this is a first aid kit that I put together myself. I bought a basic first aid kit and I took out of that what I could use, and I adjusted several things that I thought would be useful for us. The pouch is by Gear. That is a Dutch brand of ultralight gear, fairly new one. Ravi. It has two. It's actually a hip belt pocket, so this usually attached to your hip belt, but you could have seen it in my video about my new pack, which I will link up here, how I have adjusted this to my pack. I put up a patch up front with first aid. This is just a Velcro patch that I bought on Etsy, so I customized it myself. On here I've got a little tag with a medical sign on it. It has my name on it. It has my mom's phone number on it for case of emergencies, and when you would like to add something like this, you can always use the letters of ICE, so ICE. Then all around where you are in the world, medic experts, paramedics and everything know that that stands for in case of emergency, so then they know who to call. I also have on here that I do not have any specific allergies. I only have sun allergy, but that does not have any influence on medication that they are going to give me in case of an emergency. Oh, you're such a... And I also have added to it that I do not have any medical issues. In case something bad happens and I'm unconscious, people find me, then they know how to treat me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, replace the angle of the camera, and then I will show you what we're taking on the trail. As you can see, I have divided it in little Ziploc bags, so I have everything together. In this one, I have everything like bandages, plasters, blistered things, stuff like that, safety pins, little scissor, tweezers, so stuff like that. I will go into detail in a few seconds. In here, I have some separate things like wet wipes for Ravi, some hot hands, a paw balm for Ravi, an emergency blanket. And this is everything in regards to medication. So let's open them up one by one. So I start with this one. This is a beeswax based paw balm. This is a new jar, and it's by the brand of Tikani. It is a Dutch ultralight backpacking store. It comes from backpackinglight.nl. They make it themselves. I will link it down in the info box below if you're interested in buying this one as well. The shop has great things, so maybe it's worth watching. This is my emergency blanket. Like we all know it, those foil blankets with a silver side and a gold side, which helps you when you are overheated or with hypothermia. Just a simple one. I think you can get them everywhere in the world. This little baggie includes some wet ones for Ravi. Main reason why I'm carrying these is when Ravi gets excited, like on the trail, he sometimes struggles a bit with some thinner feces, so a little bit of diarrhea. So then it's nice to have this so I can clean him up in case of emergency, in case needed. And I have some hot hands. In this one, some hand warmers. Shouldn't be needed in this time of year, but they do not weigh a lot, and then I always have them with me in case when, of course, fall is coming. So maybe when we are being surprised by a little bit of cold at night, then we always have it. Can also put it in Ravi's sleeping bag when he's extremely cold, so good to have. So this one is a little bit fuller, and let's open this one as well. This is everything in it in regards to plasters, bandages, everything. Start with a little scissor. safety pins to hang things on your backpack, pop blisters, several uses for that one. A set of tick removers for Ravi. I switched to this model a few years ago and they are way better than the tongs that you usually see, so absolutely prefer this one. You just slip it over the tick and then you can turn it and it comes out very easily. This is some multi-purpose tape. I can use it to tape up hot spots or blisters, and I can also use it in case if I need a bandage to tie this up. In here is a little tweezer, a little bandage roll. This is what they also use to stitch little cuts off. Some gloves in case things get bloody. Move this aside a bit. This is just a regular plaster. Some gauze. I have two gauzes, two different sizes. As you can see, a 3x3 inch or a 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters, and a 2x2 inch or a 5x5 centimeters. Here I have two sting and bite pads in case we're being stung by nasty little buggers. A skin prep to clean up your skin in case you have to wrap anything up. Two antiseptic wipes to use on little wounds, scratches, whatever little things. These are actually finger plasters, but turned out that they are absolutely great when you have blisters on your toes as well, because regular plasters usually don't go very well around your toes, and these ones do. So yeah, that's absolutely a great one I found in the store. Definitely will be having that one in my safety kit or my first aid kit all the time. Here I've got a regular plaster that I can cut up to whatever size needed. This is one of those little ones as well to stitch up things. Well, not really stitch up things, but to close little cuts down. And I have two burn gels in case I burn myself on my stove or anything, or a severe sunburn. So that's in the bag for plasters and bandages. And here we have the last little baggie, and that's everything in regards to medication. So I start with a little tube of Neosporin, some antibiotic ointment in case you need it. And this is a wound cream for Ravi, and it's based on iodine silver. You can use Neosporin on dogs, but you have to be very careful. It's not a problem to use it on them, but you have to be 100% or even 1000% sure that they are not licking on it, because then it becomes bad for them, poisonous for them. So therefore I decided to take an extra tube for Ravi and not using the Neosporin on him. It's not been proved anyway, but there are several things you can find on internet information that it is safe to use on dogs, but it's not originally tested on it either. This little pocket you saw in my earlier video about my first aid kit too. This is for Ravi in case he gets some diarrhea on the trail. I can use this one multiple times on it, so don't need to carry a lot of baggies for him. And this is all medication for myself. These are little tablets for my sun allergy, so an antihistamine. Here I have some Aleve. Usually do not take Aleve, but I wanted to take it on longer hikes just in case pains get really bad. These are some peppermint flavored tablets for heartburn. I sometimes have that, not very often, but always good to have, because I think heartburn can really spoil your hike. This is Imodium, so that's anti-diarrhea for myself. I'm very lucky that I have never been dealing with diarrhea on the trail, but you never know. I heard from a lot of hikers that that's absolutely no fun, so therefore always Imodium. And the last one, the famous vitamin C, or better known as ibuprofen. So that's what I'm taking in regards to medication. So practically everything in here is also safe to use on your dog. The only thing I got separate for Ravi is the anti-diarrhea and the the wound cream. So I have the Neosporin and he has a special one for dogs. So all the other things can be safely used for your dog as well. But if you're doing that, always make sure that you are 100% sure that you are 100% sure that you can give it to your dog. And obviously the ibuprofen and antihistamine and everything, I'm not going to give him either, but I mean like the bandages, plasters and everything, that they are safe to use on your dog as well. So then you could be helping him out if needed also. Hey buddy. So that's everything that I take for our first aid kit. If you're putting together your own first aid kit, make sure that you take things that you use on the trail. You don't have to carry first aid kits that weigh over 1 kilo just in case. Know what kind of injuries you're dealing with, know what kind of medication you take, and most of all, very important, know how to use everything in your first aid kit. It doesn't bring anything to take 1 kilo of first aid supplies and not knowing how to use it. So know how to use your bandages, know which plasters you have to use in which situation, and then you will be absolutely fine. So I hope this video was helpful to you, that I could give you some ideas in regards to what we take in our first aid kit, what might be handy for you as well. In case you would like to know anything more about it, feel free to put it in the comment box below and I will be happy to answer your questions. And then we would like to say, as always, enjoy the outdoors. We will catch you on the next trail. Goodbye.